Well, hey folks, a new year is upon us, and I want to welcome you all back to the cabin once again. I've had a hankering for a quiche lately, and just recently one of my viewers asked if I had any good quiche recipes to share, and I do. So I'm going to put a few quiche together this morning. I'm going to film the process, and I'll use this opportunity to kick off my new series. Now, any of the recipes that I share in this series can certainly be prepared with conventional methods. I'll be throwing a bit of a twist to the procedure just to show you how you can prepare some pretty interesting dishes even when the power goes down. I'm getting kind of hungry just talking about it, and so is Frankie. So let's make some quiche. Now, quiche are just wonderful. There's so many different twists you can do to the recipe. You can use seafood. You can make them so many different ways. I tend to make mine more of a traditional. I use broccoli and spinach and bacon and onions and cheddar cheese. I love them for breakfast. To me, they just make a wonderful breakfast, and they reheat really nicely. I usually make more than one, and then I just pop it in the oven for a little while the next day, and they're just excellent breakfast. Now, they're not a low-fat food. If you're watching your waistline, watching your cholesterol, well, quiche isn't the dish for you. And if you try to cut the calories out of them, well, they're just not a good quiche as far as I'm concerned. I use half and half in mine because that's what I have on hand for my coffee. But if you use a whole cream, they're just that much better, and it gives your quiche a little bit more structure, and it holds together a little bit better. But like I said, I got half and half on hand, so that's what I use, and it works out just fine. I use about 6 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese, and I shred it myself because it's a lot cheaper this way. And I put in about 1/3 cup of chopped onion. Now you can make your pie crust from scratch. It's very easy to do. Any cookbook will have a simple recipe for you to follow. You could look on YouTube. There'll be lots of recipes out there for you to follow. Very, very easy to do. With a quiche, I feel the crust plays a very small role in the recipe. It's not like an apple pie. Someone takes the effort to make a really nice apple pie. It's all crusted over, where the crust could make or break your recipe. You could have a really nice apple pie and have a lousy crust, and it will really impact that dish. I don't feel it's that way with a quiche. I mean, it's just a shell for all the goodness to sit into. So I don't have a problem using a frozen pie shell. These here, I was in the grocery store picking up a few things, and I saw they were 2 for $1, and it's a 2-pack, so that makes the pie shells 25 cents a piece. You bet I'm going to use these for my quiche. Now for the quiche, I use 3 eggs, about 3/4 of a cup of half and half. I usually use about 6 slices of bacon for each quiche. I cook it, and then I just crumble it up like this here. Yeah, just like that. Now another thing about the frozen pie shells. I often make my quiche when I'm out camping, so rolling out a dough in that kind of an atmosphere is kind of inconvenient. So the frozen pie shell is really handy to have. Now I'm going to demonstrate this morning how I'm going to bake one of these. outside in about 30-degree temps. The snow's coming down. I'm going to do it on the extra burner of my gas grill in a little tin box oven. I'm pretty confident it'll come out just fine. So these frozen pie shells, like I said, these are 25 cents a piece. Well, they're going to suit my needs just fine this morning. Now I start putting in the ingredients into the shell. The broccoli, generally, I will chop up, about that size. I don't really like it much bigger than that, but I don't want it pulverized either. I like to have some good substance to my ingredients here. And I will put in all of the ingredients in random order. I throw in some broccoli, like this here, some of the cheese. You can go ahead and mix all of this in a bowl together if you want. It really makes no difference how it goes in the shell. Bacon, the onions, spinach, more cheese. These ingredients, broccoli, spinach, onions, and cheese, always go so well together, no matter what the recipe. I'll get the pie shell just about filled up here. And then I'll put in the liquid mixture. You want to work it around, make sure the liquid filters down through all of the ingredients nice and evenly. That's going to be a nice hearty dish right there. Oh, I can't wait to dig in. Oh yeah. I'll cook this one in the regular oven, and I'll put this one out here on the gas grill. Now these little ovens work really good on a propane gas burner. I don't recommend using them for something that burns a gasoline type fuel or using it on a wood fire, like on a rocket stove. If you put it on a wood fire, you're going to fill the whole chamber with smoke and soot, okay? You don't want to do that. Doing it in this method over a propane gas flame is really no different than what you have with your gas oven inside your home. It's just a simpler version, and I've had some really good success baking things with this type of an oven. Right there, right about 340 degrees, and that'll be just fine. Oh, look at that. That is nice. Oh, look at that. Now that come out as good as I could ask for. Boy, that's hot. It's not jiggly. The crust is nice and golden brown. Just about perfect. And cooked outside in 30-degree weather. I mean, look at it out here. Snow is coming down. A little while ago, there was a bunch of wild turkeys out here. Nice. Yeah, this one came out a little bit better than the one inside. The little oven in here come out of an old 1973 camper, and it's pretty tough to bake with. I had it on the lowest setting possible, and it still breaks a little bit too hot. It was easier to adjust the flame here. Now this is the one I just cooked outside. Crust is perfect color. It's not jiggly whatsoever, nice and firm. Ooh, still hot. This one here came out of this oven. As you can see, the crust got a little dark, but it isn't bad. Not quite as firm as that one. All right, those look pretty good. I like to let the quiche sit, 10-15 minutes or so after I pull it out of the oven, just to let everything set up nicely. I'm going to cut one open now, see how they look. I know they look pretty darn good on the outside. Feels good.
That come out beautiful. Yeah, look at that right there. Yeah, that come out really nice. Nice and golden brown. Look at that. Got some nice body to it. It's holding together nice. Perfect. Yes, sir.